I'm meteorologist Dave Warren. In the next weather sphere, hurricanes, we're talking about hazards. It's not just along the coast here. Typically, when you get these storms, you think of beach erosion, storm surge, hazards along the coast. But inland hazards are a big concern as well. You can have severe storms, you can have damaging wind, and depending on how fast the storm is moving, you can have heavy rain and flooding. A perfect example of this is what happened with Hurricane Milton. Here we are across the Gulf of Mexico. Here's South Florida. The storm itself passed well to our west here out in the Gulf of Mexico. But if you make your way here to South Florida, well away from the storm center, we had big concerns here, big hazards, and just wasn't confined to the center of the storm here. But we're talking about hurricanes. These were the hurricane warnings from Milton, well away from the center across all of South Florida here. The National Weather Service office in Miami issued 55 warnings and a total of 98 warnings coming in from Miami, Tampa Bay, and Melbourne. Again, these are the severe storms that can happen well away from the storm center, well over the interior here, away from the coast. Something you have to keep an eye on here as these storms continue to work their way near the area here. In addition to that, you get the inland wind. It's not just that sustained wind pushing the water up against the coast. You can have strong wind in the rain bands, severe storms and tornadoes within those bands. That can lead to downed trees, even power lines coming down, and not only just a little blip in the power, but you can have extended periods here of no power. That is the main concern here because it's not just a day or two. We have Jamie Rome, the Deputy Director from the National Hurricane Center.
And increasingly, we're seeing these power outages be widespread and lasting for days and weeks. And a lot of people just struggle to understand, that they can lose power for that long or what they would do.
Well, wind down, power outages, we can also talk about flooding here because it's the wind that comes right up against the coast. That's the storm surge flooding, but things can also happen where it impacts the interior here. Let's say you get a rain band coming in and now you have rain bands going over the same area. So this is that training storms that we've talked about, and this can lead to very, very high rain amounts and flooding that occurs well away from the coast over the interior, and it takes a long time for this to kind of work its way out of the neighborhoods into the canals and out of the area. Extended periods where you cannot get around.